Your name still suits me all the same, with echoes of my past, safe surroundings meant to last. Everybody got an explanation for a world that is lost sensation. Nothing saves the feelings we forgot to feel. Welcome to a family, and though now you belong to me, your life will be my property. I'll redefine your sanity. Dear days long to find us, and
Pocket Sun. It's we because Deck was in the band for the second album, and he sings very, very high. We had this thing where we either had to rework. If we wanted to do the songs from experiments, I either had to learn how to sing very, very high, which wasn't going to happen, or we had to work out a way of making the songs come down a little bit to an area melodically where I could tackle them. So it was kind of like it's basically a remix. I mean, the song is completely different musically. It's completely different from the original, and the only thing that sort of that links them together is the melody and the lyrics, obviously. So it was kind of like it was a nice experiment. I quite like, again, it's that sort of challenge of remixing your own work, and I kind of like, in many respects, I kind of wish that's the version that actually ended up on the album, because I think it's kind of, it was quite divisive, that song, when it came out. It was sort of a bit of a Marmite song. A lot of people don't like it, as many people don't like it as do like it, and it's kind of like I think this version's slightly more melodic. It's kind of got more chordal sense, and the melody seems to sit in it quite well. But yeah, it was sort of, and I sort of kept the middle eight because I really like the middle eight from it anyway, of the original. But it's kind of a nice way of being able to revisit some of the tracks and experiments live, and not bust a lung, basically.
Feels like over. Feels like over. I got this window on my wall. When she lights up, I see it all. But now and then, they're yet to be. So I get out there and I run free, run free, lost in time, like flight. You're all I want. This time, rewind.
Million Town. Million Town, Million Town, Million Town. Again, it's a bit of a mulatto, that one. It's there are bits of it I like, there are bits of it I don't like. I think it could be shorter, if I'm honest. If I had my time again, I'd probably love about 5 minutes off it, because it's one of those songs that a lot of prog bands do these sort of long songs. It's quite formulaic. They have the sort of slow start, acousticy start, then they go up a bit, then they've got the bit that's all sort of stabs and funny time, and then there's normally some sort of Hammond organ solo and stuff, and then it ends with a big anthem. Slow stuff. And I was kind of, when I was doing my research, I was listening to all these bands and thinking, God, this there must be like a memo from Prog Central. That's how you write a long song. And I remember thinking, I don't want to do that. So that's why it ends all fast and up and noisy, because not a lot of long prog songs do that. They always have the sort of, oh, it's the righteous way, and it kind of, I was like, no. So I had a big instrumental thing, and but there are bits of it, I don't particularly like the bit. I really like The Only Survivors. That's probably my favourite bit. That was a little idea that was kind of didn't have anywhere to sit, so I put it in the song, and it nearly works. There's a few bits that I think that are kind of extraneous that could do with a bit of trimming, and we do try and trim it live, but ironically it ends up the same length as the album version. I don't quite know what we're doing. I don't know, what are we adding? Taking stuff away and it's still the same length. So it's kind of, again, it's not too bad to play live. There's always a little bit of me that thinks, when I see it in the set, because it's basically a third of the set eaten up by this great big behemoth. And it's about zombies, obviously. It's 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 for that one.
My warm cathedral, all earthy for your infestation. These little workers build me an empire. Your loyalty I borrowed out by erosion. My little kingdom ready for me now. Careful times, the aftertaste of past digestion. Get what you can now, good stuff hard to find. My bitter name, the full effect of time and tension. You are to duty and fight to stay the same. Here inside the lighthouse, you lose your way. Ghost of yesterday, and before you know, you fade away. She ran away, slipping through our fingers. Time running out. Circles in your soul.